The product of a tiny town in western Missouri, Carl Woods graduated from high school in 1965 and he couldn't find a job. So he decided to join the U.S. Army. Before we tell his story, Woods wants to make one thing clear.
But I'm not doing this to bring anything on myself. It's more to, I don't want anybody to forget about the 58,479 men and women that didn't come back.
Before Woods was sent to the jungles of Vietnam, he walked into a U.S. Army recruiting office in Holden, Missouri. The sergeant said,
"What do you want to be, boy?" I said, "I don't know. I just know I don't want to be in the infantry, you know." He said, "Well, we're going to make you a helicopter mechanic." And I swear on a stack of Bibles, I said, "What is a helicopter?"
Thus began his training on Huey and Chinook helicopters.
So my actual MOS in the Army, or my job in the Army, was a flight engineer on a Chinook. So anyway, while I was at 196, I got orders for Vietnam, and I shipped to Vietnam in September of 1966.
Woods was deployed as a mechanic and assigned to the 335th Aviation Transportation Company at Dong Ba Thien. Then he was transferred to the 610 Transportation Company.
So the 610th stayed at Dong Ba Thien for about 3 months, and then the whole unit was transferred to An Khê, Vietnam, which is in the Central Highlands, which was the division headquarters for the 1st Cav.
It was at An Khê where Woods found his true love.
I loved flying in that Huey. So I took every test flight at the 335th we did after maintenance. I took every test flight that we did. So they finally decided, the companies finally decided that I like to fly. So they promoted me to crew chief on a Huey.
Woods' primary responsibility for the next 18 months was delivering supplies to forward bases in his baby, 001.
But the primary role, my ship, and the company's role as far as getting into combat situations were we had to go out and retrieve aircraft that had been shot down or failed for mechanical reasons, because you don't leave 4,000 helicopters sitting out in the middle of the jungle. I had 001, always brought us home.
Checking the flight records for 001.
Here's the crash record. It crashed in 8 of 70. So they fixed it, shipped it back, and they crashed the damn thing.
Woods served for 3 years. He was discharged in 1968, and he says adjusting to civilian life wasn't easy.
It wasn't good. I don't care, you know, if you go into a combat situation, it affects you for the rest of your life.
While we were flipping through old photos at his kitchen table, I handed Woods this one. Woods returned to the Kansas City area and worked as a millwright for the Thomas J. Lipton Company for 21 years. Then he moved to Attica, Kansas, and he went to work selling fire trucks and equipment for Danco in Hutchinson for 14 years. These days, he stays busy in his Derby garage, wood carving. And he even teaches a wood carving class through the Derby Rec Center. Woods says humans are adaptable, that we're products of our environments. He says he never went into a war zone expecting to die because he was just doing a job. Here for you, Jason Lamb, KSN News 3.